Hello, and welcome to 3 Secrets to Opening and Mastering Your Intuitive Gifts. My name is Keslie Mack, and I will be your host today. I'm going to start out by telling you a little bit about me. As I said, my name is Keslie Mack. I am human design. I am a 5/1 emotional projector. I have been married for 20 years to my husband, who is a high school music director. Together, we have 3 children, 3 daughters, ages 13, 14, and 16. Yes, it's kind of crazy here. And we also have 9 pets, 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 chickens, 2 rats, and a ball python. So we have a snake. No, we do not feed the rats to the snake. We get asked that all the time. Together, we enjoy camping in our RV, playing games of all kinds, watching TV. I love to dance, and we really just love to be together. But let me tell you a little bit about my story and why we're here today. My dad died unexpectedly in 2014. It came off of the subsequent deaths of my husband's father, stepfather, and grandfather the 3 previous years. It was a brutal 4 years for us. We also lost our male cat, who my husband had had since he was a kitten and he was about 19. So it was a really rough couple of years, and I really was grieving for everyone. In 2015, I was at the depths of hell. I was at my lowest low, and that's when I found Reiki. And Reiki totally turned my life around, allowing me to eat. I had become quite anorexic due to the grief and trauma, and was really just miserable. Could barely leave my house, very agoraphobic, and was just an anxious mess all the time. So upon finding Reiki, my life started to turn around and everything started to shift. In 2016, I became a Reiki master and continued on with that journey, really just developing myself. I found Reiki for me, for my own healing. I had no intentions of teaching it or doing it with others, but boy, does it help me so much that I just realized I may have to do this with other people. In 2018, I got my hypnotherapy certification. And that turned everything around. And again, I did not get my hypnotherapy certification to do hypnotherapy. I got it so that I could get 26 weeks of hypnotherapy for myself. So all of the work that I did and all of the certifications that I got were done so on a very selfish need. It was something that I needed for myself. And so I got the modalities because I needed it. Now I realize it's impossible to not use it. I love helping people. And when I use these modalities with people, everything shifts. So I got my hypnotherapy teacher training in 2019. And then in 2020, I did a massive trauma exploration. And due to my own trauma and my own troubles through healing in conventional ways, through conventional therapy, I found some alternative ways. And I learned a ton about trauma. And developmental trauma and complex trauma. And through all of that, everything started to come together and make sense in a whole different way. Around that time, I also began, end of 2020, I began channeling Mikao Usui and a whole new system of Reiki called Diva Uzu Energy. So it's very cool. Let me now tell you just about my actual gifts, because those came in slightly differently than how I got into my career and what I do now. So just let's back up to 2017. I had a session to activate my gifts. Growing up, my mom and my sister both had intuitive gifts. They both were using them on me, knowing things they shouldn't have known, being in my head. It was crazy. So I knew that the stuff was real because I was experiencing it, but I didn't think I had it in me. So I had a session to activate my gifts. Do I think you need that now? No, I do not believe I needed it. I just needed it in the moment because I didn't know any better. There's more on gift activation later in the presentation. So in January of 2018, I began to experience my intuitive gifts. A friend had called she had called on me many times for, and I didn't really mention the mind body stuff. I was also a chronic pain patient, and through the chronic pain, I really dove into the mind body connection and did a lot of self-healing through that. So I work with the mind body stuff too. Anyway, and I began seeing chakral energy. And around the same time, I began communicating with inner children. not understanding what I was doing. I just knew I was getting information about inner children and seeing these energy colors around people that were different than I had experienced. I also began feeling energy and emotions around the same time. I understood by March of 2018 that I was very, very effective at reaching into the depths of somebody and pulling out the emotional connection to whatever physical pain they were in. I was at a women's retreat, this beautiful women's retreat called Women Rocking Business, for the business coach that I was working with at the time. And at that event, there was about 400 or 500 women, most of whom, which I would never see again. So, whoops. Most of whom I knew I would never see again. So I was able in that moment to be really free with my readings, and just started playing and asking people, hey, can I do a reading? Hey, can I do a reading? And what happened was I was dead on every time. Women were left and right bawling because I was reaching into the depths of their souls and pulling out exactly what they were trying to avoid feeling and had manifested as a physical issue. It was very eye-opening. I understood that there is a time and a place for everything. In the middle of a conference might not be the time to pull those things out of people, but I also gained a massive amount of confidence in my abilities and kind of let go of the shame and the worry and just started to trust, no, I've got something here. So fast forward to April of 2020, over from March of 18 to April of 2020, I was really just in my gifts, using them with people, developing them, starting to hone in on them and mastering those gifts. And then we had a friend of the family whom I had not seen since I was probably 13. So, about 30 years I hadn't seen her. And she was killed through domestic violence by her husband. She came to me. And at first I just kind of excused it as I knew her. And so I didn't really think about it. But what she was asking me was to do event for the people involved, that because the way she had passed, there was a lot of questions, a lot of heartbreak, and a lot of unanswered questions. And she knew a lot of her people needed to get closure. So she asked me to please host an event where I could take them all into that realm, where she could have these beautiful experiences with them. It was amazing. So many people got to have their goodbyes with her and get answers and understandings. And I still ignored the fact that I was a medium at that point and actually experiencing dead people until another friend of the family passed, and he came to me as well. And then it started to flow and I went, oh, I'm talking to dead people now. So I'm sharing this with you because this is an evolution, right? These gifts and what you have are an evolution. So you've got to bear with it and you've got to allow them to evolve and not know. So then I began channeling Mikao Usui, created karmic soul Reiki and karmic soul healing. And that is what has really brought me here today, is this culmination of all of these experiences. And I'm understanding so much more. And I realize now, especially when I look at my human design, that I am here to teach this. I am here to teach the woo, to help people understand who they are, to give them the possibilities, and to teach them how to be so damn confident in their intuitive gifts that nothing stands in their way. That helps them be authentic and then helps them grow their businesses. So let's get into the juice, the secrets, the keys. What is this about opening and identifying and understanding? So step one is open, identify, and understand. Understand intuitive and sixth sense gifts. Acknowledge the gifts. Open yourself to the fullness of your gifts. Get to know and trust all the intricacies. Get to know what you were born to have. Human design tells us what gifts we were born to have consistently. It's a great little trick. Step two, very simple, clear and protect. You need to be able to protect your energy and you need to be able to get rid of what is not serving you, right? Find and clear and protect. You are never to feel a victim to your gifts. And that is often what happens because we feel so bombarded. Not necessary. Step two, learn to not do that. Step three, accept, allow, and trust. Accept your gifts, all of them. Allow them to be ever evolving, as I've mentioned before. Practice, build your confidence, trust your gifts and abilities, right? Those are the basics of what you need to do in order to really start to trust these gifts. But let's break it down a little bit. Okay. Secret one, learn to open and identify and understand your gifts. So what does that even mean? Step one is figuring out how intuitive information is received. Who, what, where, and when are you receiving information from? Why are you receiving the information? And what in the heck are you supposed to do with it? And do the gifts need to be activated? No. But can it help? Yeah. And does it work? Oh, yeah. Doesn't need it. Step two, find clarity. Get clear on your gifts. Understand how you were meant to be. We will look at your human design chart and nail down exactly how you consistently get intuitive hits, and how you may be getting them not consistently and the difference. Step three, trust your gifts. Trust that they are there. You are not making it up. And when we learn to get rid of the ego and take the hits, there are ways to find clarity that make this super simple. So sorry, step two, clear and protect. What does that mean? I believe clearing yourself is the most important step. We need to make sure we are a clear channel. That means getting out stuff from our past, stuff that we're holding on to emotionally, physical crap we've pulled in, and letting it go, right? Then the next important step is learning how to not take it all on in the first place. So when we talk about boundaries, boundaries are often discussed in the psychological world, and boundaries, setting your boundaries, staying firm, not letting people cross your boundaries. But they don't talk as much about our own boundaries in the terms of listening boundaries and how are we allowing ourselves to be affected by what's coming in, right? Instead of I'm putting this here and you can't cross it, I'm putting this here and I'm not letting you cross it. So that is a huge deal. And all of those more psychological, boundaries that they speak about are very important. But when you're dealing with intuitive gifts, these boundaries take a whole other turn. And they are on a very different level, multi-layered. And it's learning how they're there, how to create them, what type is best for you, all of those things so that you really understand what you're protecting from, why, how, and it becomes this second nature. One of my favorite stories is in the beginning, I was very, very conscious. So I go through this where I call it unconscious incompetence. I was unaware that I was letting crap in. It was bombarding me and I had no clue. Then I moved into conscious incompetence and I went, oh my gosh, I'm letting this stuff in. This stuff is coming in and I can do something about it and I am not, and holy crap. Then you get to conscious competence where you're aware of it. I would go into a group and I would prepare and I would set my boundaries and I would get myself all ready. And then I could enter a space with a lot of people without feeling like I was being bombarded. Then you move into conscious competence unconscious competence, where you're not even aware that you're doing it. And I remember the moment that happened. I was walked into a musical at my kid's school. My daughter was performing and I was sitting there and I realized for the first time that I was not actively protecting myself energetically. I was not actively keeping all of the feelings and all of the experiences out. I was scared. In that moment, I thought, oh my gosh, did I lose my gifts? Did I not do this anymore? And then I tapped in and realized, whoa, they're still there. Pull it back. Oh, I'm not thinking about it. I am naturally protected now. Now, when I walk in, now I need to actively turn my gifts up in order to feel out. They no longer bombard me. That is why these are important. The other thing, going back to the clearing, super important. Most of us who are here to monetize these gifts have had past life trauma surrounding them. If you don't clear it, it will create an enormous amount of anxiety, fear, panic, everything negative in you trying to share these gifts if you're not clear first. Trauma lasts on so many levels. So we need to be sure that we are getting it all clear so we can protect. Once you're protecting, the need for clearing diminishes greatly, and we'll learn more about that later. Trust and allow, what the heck does that mean? It means allow, appreciate your gifts are evolving. Things come up, you'll know. When you have shifts and you're making shifts, you know that there's a mountain of yuck when you're up leveling, right? So trusting, allowing, if something comes up, okay, I got to deal with it. That's what's coming up. There's a reason, and now I can move past it. Okay, hone, get support and feedback. You don't need to do this alone. In fact, building confidence in your gifts alone is impossible. That's right. It is completely impossible to use your intuitive gifts, build confidence without other people. Why? Because our intuitive gifts are not here in large part for us. They are here for other people. They may be a part of our intuition and what we are needing to keep ourselves safe, but very likely nothing to do with it, right? So you build confidence by using them with other people and having other people give you feedback, other people saying, yes, you're right. Yes, that is correct. Yes, you picked that out. You're not crazy. You're not making it up. They confirm the information is real and that you are not making it up with your ego. Master, continue practicing. Then you decide, do you want to share your gifts with others? How do you want to share your gifts with others? Why? Is it something that you're going to be monetizing as readings, or is it something, maybe you're a security guard and you just know that you're going to be reading people and you can pick stuff up before it happens. You can prevent things, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're here to use the gifts to do readings for money. It might be that you're here to do readings for safety or for some other portion that is a backside of what you're also doing. Right? It can mean, especially for coaches, it means it just taps into your clients. And now all of a sudden your ability to coach just up leveled 10 times because you've got this secret weapon that you're seeing things that they don't have to tell you. Right? So it doesn't have to be that you become an intuitive reader or a psychic. It's just using those gifts for the better. So where you learn this, you guys, is up to you. You do not need anybody or anything in order to access these gifts. You just need to do what I've said on this thing. It's very simple. But what I'm inviting you is to join me for a new program I have created called Opening and Mastering Your Intuitive Gifts. This is a 16-week certified intuitive reader training course. In this course, we start with section 1, which is the open, identify, and understand. And in module 1, we activate, understand, identify, and appreciate your gifts. The who, what, where, why, when, and how are all answered for you. And we will consciously activate your gifts if you choose. It is a choice. It is not required. But there is a DNA activation coming straight from Usui and Karmic Soul Reiki. So that's very exciting. Module 2, your gifts. We go into human design and we look at the human manual. We find out exactly how you were designed to be, what kind of energy you're here to have, your authority, how you receive and decide how you live and how you share. All of that's hiding inside your human design chart. So we give you the secrets. Module 3, we talk about the energy system, grounding, chakral energy, chakra balancing, and healing. You will get your energy system taken care of with multiple techniques to use with you and with clients. Commit to your healing journey. Module 4, this is important. We pull in a bunch from Karmic Soul Reiki as we pull in the Wabi Sabi technique, self-love, self-compassion. If you are not committed to your journey, it is very difficult to commit to reaching your life purpose of all of those gifts. Module 5, now we go into the clearing, like big time, right? We are clearing on all levels, mind, body, spirit. Okay. We're going to learn a bunch of clearing. Then we're going to go into protection. We get you a superhero suit that is perfect for you and your intuitive gifts. We also talk about your body, learning how to take care of your body, and then techniques to clear your body. So when we're up here dealing with the more, I guess, woo-woo side, the more esoteric side of clearing, We get this vortex clearing, we get this karmic soul, but there's also ways to actually detox your body physically. So we're going to talk about those a little bit as well. Your mind and your emotions. We're going to do inner child work. We're going to clear your past. We're going to do trauma work. We're going to clear the shit from this life that's holding you back from being your most badass, awesome self. We're going to do the same thing with clearing past lives. Typos. Going to clear what is ever holding you back, whatever is still affecting you in this life today as you're trying to move forward, learning about your gifts. We will get it out of the way. Then we're going to learn to heal holistically. And this is where we really bring all the mind body stuff together. We're bringing in essential oils. We've got some amazing tips to help you heal yourself on this other level. There are also things you can share with clients if it feels right. But this is the way to totally take care of yourself on all levels at the same time. Section 3, we move into the trust and allow. Here we have module 11, where we are really going to work about protection, allowing, evolving, and mastering building that confidence with others, right? This is key to success to build that confidence. We're also going to learn about how when we're working with others, different special things that can pop up that we need specific boundaries for. Module 12, we're going to go over basic business practices. Going to talk to you about how to work with clients, how to book clients. Do you need a website? Do you want to benefit financially from your gifts? We start to break it down into the business side, getting you a whole business training course in there. So this is a 16-week program. In it, you not only get all of that self-led course, but you also get 4.5 hours of live classes and coaching every week. That's right. I show up. This is class, it says on Wednesday, but it's also going to be journeys, things like that, maybe special guests. This is the day that's going to be more structured or coaching. It's really just going to see what you guys need. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Pacific time is when we have our group coaching. You can show up, bring anything you're struggling with, any questions about what you've learned, whatever it is, it's time for you on those days to come and bring what you need support with. All of the calls are on the same Zoom link for ease. They're recorded for future viewing. So if you miss a coaching call, you can come back, right? And there's always that philosophy that even if it's not for me, I'll get some piece of information that I need from it. Reminders, you'll get text and email reminders, which makes it really simple to remember when to show up. You'll get a safe space to get support for whatever you're needing. Come once, come every time, it's up to you. So showing up for these is just to benefit you. In addition, you're getting lifetime access to our exclusive Facebook group. This is going to get you support and accountability from a community of like-minded beings. That means when you feel crazy, someone else has too, and they will support you. It is so crucial when we're going through this to have others that trust us, that we trust, and that can give us valid, valuable feedback. This opportunity gives you the right to become a certified karmic soul intuitive reader. There are requirements for the certification, proof you've completed all modules, 20 hours of practice readings logged with client feedback, show proficiency in the karmic soul connection method, which is a very special method, final reading for me to show your skills and your readiness. Even more bonuses, and these are not going to last forever. We will see how they go. But for now, when you sign up, you get a free bonus with me, a 2-hour session with me to uncover and clear whatever is bringing you resistance on your path. This can be done at any time during that 16-week course. You also will get discounts on private readings and sessions from me. If you want more than just the one, you will get a bonus price that is less than what average people pay. Bonus calls, we will have professional intuitives and healers come in to teach you specific things and to do readings and such so you can get other flavors on it. And you're eligible for invitation into the Karmic Soul Healing Academy Certified Healer Program, which is going to be a year-long program. You will also not only become eligible for invitation, that means if you're going to join the year-long program, you have to have done this as a prerequisite. But you also will get anything you spent on this will go right toward the healer program. So I lump it all in and save you guys as much money as possible. So how much is this deal? Opening and Mastering Your Intuitive Gifts, you get that digital training course. You get the live group coaching. You get access to the Facebook community. You get special guest healers, readers coming in to join, and you get a free session with me. So right now we are low. There's only 4 spaces left. My first 5 students, we only have 1 signed up. So grab those spaces quick because the price is going to be increasing. So as of today, when I am recording this, January 11th, 22, we have 4 spaces left at this $1,200 price. This is a steal, you guys. For 3 days of coaching a week, you cannot get this for the same price anywhere else. So that said, right, the price is going to increase up to $1,800 for students, for the second 5 students, 6 through 10, and then up to $2,400 final. And we should land there. It may still go up. We'll see. But that's where we are landing. So if you're interested, I'm going to pop this into the chat. We are going to, there's the /academy. There's the other link. So you need to book a link with me. I don't have an application or anything to fill out. You just have to sign up and get an appointment with me. And after this, 15-20 minute call, if it feels like a good fit, I will show you how to sign up and we will move forward with getting you enrolled in the program. So I hope that answers all your questions. If not, please find me on Facebook and message me any questions you have or shoot me an email at Keslie@karmicsoulhealing.com. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.